From the top, this is a car and I'm playing a big China Jack and the group of people. Some group looking deal to Satana, a Zoom of phone and the Kitchen Park. Some group looking deal to Lee Chung from Nan, a cat of some group in Chung. I don't want to appear. Run trade on trade to Bantuk, this like car and run train at China Campuchia, Lang Flies on Ratha, Chorum. Means some national level at any part some corrupt in chamber.
Excellency Pung Sakona, Minister of Culture and Fine Art. Mrs. Julie Chung, Chargé d'Affaires of the U.S. Embassy. Mrs. Anne Demas, UNESCO representative in Cambodia. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. It is my great pleasure to be with you today at the opening ceremony of the temporary exhibition of the Kokkai statue returned home from the United States at the National Museum of Cambodia. I wish to acknowledge those who helped make this event possible, particularly UNESCO and the U.S. Embassy, for co-financing it with the Office of the Council of Ministers, as well as the Ministry of Culture and Fine Art and the National Museum for the technical arrangement. Today's gathering not only mark an important achievement of the Royal Government of Cambodia, but also signify international solidarity in the wider campaign to safeguard the heritage of humanity. This is an occasion to celebrate notable successes as the concerted effort of the Royal Government, the U.S. government, UNESCO and other stakeholders have brought home these looted and trafficked Kokkai statue. Following the welcome home ceremony held in June this year at the time of their arrival, this temporary exhibition is aimed primarily at raising awareness among the public about the problem of illicit trafficking and trade in antiquities in our modern world, which jeopardize not only the heritage of an individual nation, but also of humanity, and informing them of the effort being made to combat these practices. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, Cambodia is a country rich in cultural heritage, so that it is often called the Kingdom of Culture or the Kingdom of Wonder. Apart from the well-known World Heritage Site of Angkor and PRU-Vihir, many more historic sites are found throughout the country, each of which is of distinctive significance historically and or artistically, such as Sambo Prekuk, Angkor Borai, Monty Chma, Prekhan Kampong Swai, Prey Nuko, Phnom Kulen, and Kokkai. The Kokkai site from which these magnificent statues originate is unique in many ways. Not only is it an archaeological site that tells great story in sculpture, But Kokai was the capital city of the Khmer Empire between 1928 and 1944. Furthermore, international researchers have said that it is the sole archaeological site in Asia containing a temple in the shape of a pyramid similar to those located far away across the world in the continent of America, where archaeological remains from the great Mayan civilization were discovered. Unfortunately, during the decade in which our country suffered from war and political instability, our heritage also suffered. Some historic sites, including Kokai, were left inadequately attended, if not abandoned. And many antiquities were looted and trafficked out of the country to different parts of the world. Also, the history of the journey of these wonderful statues have revealed. At the end of this dark period of our history, and especially since full peace, security and political stability were realized nationwide through the win-win policy initiated by Samdech Techo Hun Sen, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia, safeguarding of cultural heritage gained an increasingly significant place in our national policy. The Royal Government's strong commitment to heritage protection and conservation has been demonstrated through the adoption and enforcement of national legislation on the one hand, and through active engagement with the international community on the other. As a result, Cambodia's efforts have gained increasing international recognition, as shown in addition by the inscription of the historic site of Previ on the World Heritage List. In addition to Angkor, as well as the return of some long looted and trafficked antiquity to their homeland. As a testimony to this effort, the World Heritage Committee at its 38th session in Doha, Qatar, in June this year, in its positive evaluation and unanimous endorsement of the state of conservation of the Angkor site, commended the effective work of Cambodia and the ICC Angkor. This international mechanism, active since 1993 and co-chaired by Japan and France, has come to be regarded as a model for international cooperation in heritage protection and conservation. These past 2 years, 2013 and 2014, have seen many historic achievements of the Royal Government in the field of heritage, most notably the successful hosting of the 37th session of the World Heritage Committee, which was ended accompanied by the first step in the return of these 5 statues originating from Kokai, when 2 of the Pandava were brought home through the generosity of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. And this year we have been privileged to secure the return from United States of a further 3 statues from the same ensemble, Balarama through the goodwill of Christie's, Duryodhana from Sotheby through a court decision, and Bhima from the Northern Simon Museum through direct and lengthy negotiation on the basis of a mutual understanding. These 5 statues all come from the same scene of the battle between Bhima and Duryodhana, recounted in the famous Hindu epic, the Mahabharata, But a further 3 figures from the ensemble are still missing. Why one more Pandava is being cared for at the Angkor Conservation Office in Siem Reap. These 5 returned statues, having been restored by our National Museum specialists, are now being presented for the admiration of visitors. After placing them in this temporary exhibition, we have also planned to set up in this museum a gallery specially designed and devoted to the display of the complete ensemble of this famous battle scene, along with other surviving statues from Koh Kai, considered to be the pinnacle of Khmer sculpture. I also wish to mention and acknowledge with thanks and recently a stele dating back to the 11th or 12th century that be inscription in both Old Khmer and Sanskrit has been returned to the National Museum through the goodwill of the Metropolitan Museum. I believe that this stele will contribute to our understanding of Khmer history and civilization. Taking this opportunity, I would like to stress that this return would not have been possible without the good cooperation and assistance from the U.S. government, UNESCO, and the École Française d'Extrême-Orient, FAO, as well as the goodwill of certain museums and private collectors, for which I must once again express our sincere thanks. My particular appreciation also goes to the U.S. Embassy in Phnom Penh, which has offered close collaboration, and the dedicated team of the Office of the Council of Ministers, especially His Excellency Secretary of State Chan Tani, who has worked tirelessly under my direct guidance with the support and leadership of Prime Minister Samdech Techo Hun Sen. Before including, I would like to appeal to those who hold the remaining figure from the famous battle scene to follow this excellent model in returning them home so that they will be reunited with their peer. Finally, I wish Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good health, great success and happiness. Before declaring the opening of this temporary exhibition, I'd like to make a very short comment, you see, that is to make clear the meaning of this ceremony. So we are now opening, you see, the temporary, what we call the non-temporary exhibition. And naturally, you see, we, the Council of Ministers, the Ministry of Culture, and I think our friend from U.S. Embassy, from UNESCO, we are willing very well, you see, to show this statue returning home to the public, to the tourists. But why we spend many months? You see, we had to wait many months because our expert, our specialists need to repair them, to repair the statue. And now after reparation, we think that we need to have a very appropriate gallery to exhibit them. But if we wait so, we had to spend a long time. That's why I think the Ministry of Culture, in particular the National Museum, decided to organize this non-temporary exhibition. That means, I think this is not a gallery, it is not a real permanent gallery, but only temporary. You see, to shorten the time to be able to show this statue to the public. And I think with the story of the return of this statue, that is famous not only in Cambodia, not only in the United States, but throughout the world. Why I said this? Because we were recently invited by UNESCO, in particular by the state party to the convention of 1954, 1970, you see, to speak, to share our experience in the office, in the central office of UNESCO in Paris. How, you see, what is this experience? That is a very good model in the implementation of the convention of the 1970. That means convention against the looting of antiquity. Yeah. So I think waiting the appropriate gallery, we are having this non-temporary exhibition. So we can show all the statue to the public, and we are sure that a number of tourists are very keen to visit this statue, coming from a very famous battle from the Mahabharata epic. You see, very famous throughout the world. From Hinduism, from India, there are only two epics very famous, Ramayana and the Mahabharata. And it is one of the famous scenes from the Mahabharata. We have to exhibit 9 together because it is the story of the battle between the two princes witnessed by 7 gods as a referee. The prince who win will rank. Those who should be, who are beaten should die, should disappear. You see, these the spirit from the Mahabharata, of I think the old India. And now we are proud, you see, that we can assemble all of them. Now we have 5. We have 5, and one is in the conservation center in Siem Reap. So we will have 6. We need 3 more to complete the team of 9. That's why we appeal to those who are still keeping these 3 statues missing. You see, if they can return home, they can return all the statues to Cambodia, it will be very grateful. We will be very grateful and very thankful. So I think all this is said. I now declare open the temporary exhibition of this statue. Thank you very much.
That's the audience. See that?
And my people working after we have one student.
She could be that old.
Yeah, they written complaint. She could take
I don't think I know that detail. It's busy.
Shorter that because the leg not so straight like here, so they put inside like here. it has to have come out here. They have to drill to this. They have to drill and some more they take it from very fragile here, so we put on the